to come down, sit on the threshold of your door, and seal that off. Now, they're
Oh.
not made to keep everything out.
Okay.
But it's going to get rid of that gap and keep the air from just being able to freely blow in there. But it's still not going to be as insulated as well as, your exterior door is going to be. But it's great for the springtime and great if you want to let a little light in the house.
Well, yeah, it's going to be better than having a gap.
There you go.
So, okay, what'd you say that was?
It's a screw-on adjustable sweep.
Screw-on adjustable sweep. Honey, are you listening? Did you get that?
I know a guy that has those. So.
Oh, I'll bet you do.
The older houses, that all has storm windows. Storm windows serve a great purpose, but storm windows are not airtight.
Oh, no.
And a lot of folks think that. They think, okay, we'll put storm windows on. It's going to take care of all the air infiltration and everything. They don't.
Not what they were made for.
No, exactly.
See, I thought they did. I thought they did.
And that's been a common misconception of people for years. That wasn't the reason that they were made.
Then why do you put them on?
Springtime, so you can open your windows.
Yep.
Natural ventilation, because the old wood windows had no screens, so you just open the door and the bugs come in, and
Okay.
they take care of that. But if you'll notice on storm windows, at the bottom of them, there's little tiny holes drilled in them. That's to let the water out and everything else. So they're not even close to being airtight, but that water's going to come in, it drains back out.
Yep, exactly. And like I say, for years, people always thought, storm windows, we got to have those to keep the air out. But really, if you look at the construction of a storm window, no. They're not made for that. Like Jeremy said, keep the bugs and stuff out for the summertime. You raise the window, they serve their purpose then.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have all brand new, nice, heavily insulated windows in our house, so I don't have those. But I always thought that's what they did too. I just thought that if you put your storm windows on, that took care of that.
Well, they do make an interior storm window that goes over the insides of the window. They're not the most pleasant thing to look at, but they will seal it off tight because you can actually seal those up. But as far as the exteriors that you see on everybody's house, that's not what they're for.
Yep.
I did not know that. Okay, speaking of windows, sometimes you'll see where people will put plastic over the windows, and I'm sure that probably helps to some extent, but really, I mean, how much is that helping? And plus, you're putting holes in your framework and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't know how effective plastic was to put over your windows.
Well, if there's air coming in that bad that you want to put plastic over it, you've probably got a bigger issue than that. It does help, and if you can't afford a new window, that's great. Usually there's ways, though, to repair the existing windows. Everybody always wants to jump out and run and get new windows first thing. That's not something we recommend right off the bat. Unless they're just falling out of the openings, we're going to try to get you
We had one do that
to
one time. We're like, uh-oh, time for a new window.
Then it's time. But if not, we always recommend you try to repair that window first. Windows cost a lot of money.
Yeah, they do.
And it's, if you can fix what you've got and make it work, then we always recommend that first, unless they're in just horrible shape.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So that if you do have an issue that, there's a chance you can repair it instead of replacing it.
Sure.
So there you go. See, you have to have an expert like Jeremy come
right.
out and help you with this kind of thing. That way he can work within your budget and you're not necessarily buying something that you don't have to have right now.
That's right.
And still save you money on your utility bill. So,
and then on the other side of the coin, if you do want to put windows in an older home, they make some replacement windows that you take your old sash and everything out, and these replacements will normally, supposed to anyhow, fit right back in there. And I have installed, matter of fact, in my mom's house up in Harrisonville, I installed all new replacement windows in it back 4 or 5 years ago, and it's probably been longer than that now, but you can do that, but like Jeremy was saying, it's expensive to do.
it is, because we've had to do that before. Ours were non-repairable, so we did have to replace windows, and it is can be costly.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it would take to recoup that cost, by the energy you'd save. I'm sure you would eventually.
It's going to vary on the kind of window you're replacing. And, they've got a really great low-E argon-filled windows now. You just got to look at the rating on the windows, and then we can run the numbers and see what it is. It can be anywhere from 10 years to 60 years. It just depends on what you're going to go with.
Right, absolutely. 862-9977, 1-800-375-0056 is our numbers. We'd love to hear from you if you got a question for Jeremy. You want to know how to winterize your house and get it all sealed up where it's energy efficient, or whatever you want to talk about.
There
We're
you
here
go.
to do it.
Absolutely. Another question I had that I was just sitting here thinking about when you were talking, is there any Any kind of rebates available on anything like that right now? I know rebates kind of come and go and fade in and out and stuff. I don't know if you have anything left for any kind of energy reduction type stuff or not.
There's always rebates out there somewhere. Depending on who your utility company is, that's usually where they're coming from right now. But give us a call. We'll be happy to help you find out who it is. You find out who your utility company is. A lot of companies have home performance with Energy Star going on right now, and they'll offer rebates for audits and air sealing, windows, doors, things like that.
Wow.
And
So-
I know. I'm sorry,
Go
Mary,
ahead.
but I know City Utilities is offering a rebate still yet. Where I sprayed more insulation in the attic, get a certified certificate from your insulation guy and send it in. You get a rebate from City Utilities right now.
Yep. Well, and City Utilities, I know right now they're doing rebates on heating and air too, but I didn't know as far as like insulation and maybe, air sealing and that type of thing, if there was still some out there. And, a lot of times this information doesn't always get out to the public real well.
Right.
So it would pay to call Jeremy if you're
Right.
wanting to do something and have him help you research to see if there's some rebates. Because if you can make your house more efficient and you can get some rebates by doing that, then you might as well get the rebates as well.
That's right.
So let Jeremy do some research for you and help you out and see if he can get you some money back on what you put into your home. That's always a plus.
Absolutely. We always like to get money back.
Yes, we do. We do. We're kind of creatures of habit.
Yeah.
We once there's rebates out there and stuff, that's kind of the way I'm. If I want to buy something, I'm always trying to kind of wait and see if maybe there's a rebate coming up or if they're going to put it on sale. Or so there are rebates out there that maybe you're not aware of that can
right.
work for you. So get your house ready for winter.
You remind me of my mom.
I do.
Well,
I don't know how to take that, Mark.
Well, when I was a kid, and she may be listening, but when I was a kid, she clipped coupons, which there's a lot of people that
Yes,
does
there
that
are.
now. But I always laughed about it because I always told her, I said, you would drive all the way across town for a 50-cent coupon, and use $4 or $5 worth of gas
to save 50 cents. Yeah.
So that just
Okay, now I don't do that, but
But-
a few weeks ago we had a caller call in and thought we sound like we were married. Now you say I sound like your mom.
Well, no,
I don't know
when you
what's
said
going
that,
on here.
Oh, let me rephrase that. When you said that reminded me of my mom. So, yeah.
Okay, you
I think
get
what
to
he meant,
slide.
his mother was
Okay.
very wise.
Thank you, Dan.
She was. Hey,
very frugal.
she's very frugal.
There
That's
you
right.
go. And that's
Absolutely.
okay.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Frugal's
So,
good.
That's right. That's right. And so you can be frugal when it comes to your utilities.
Well,
just
and
by
you
calling
should.
Jeremy.
And you should
absolutely.
be. You should be, absolutely, especially in that department because that can be very costly
Yes,
for
it
some
can.
folks. So, yeah, why don't you, we haven't give out your information yet, Jeremy. Why don't you let these folks know how to get a hold of you, give out your phone number, website, all that information.
Sure. You can call me at 417-893-8941, or you can go to our website, energywisemissouri.com.
There you go. All kinds of things to do. You can get on their website, check them out, see what all they can do for you, see what kind of services they provide. Great company. We love working. We work with Jeremy. Spring Mountain Air works with him also, and it's a great partnership. We can save clients some money and make them more comfortable, reduce their energy bills. So he does a great job. He does a great job out there for folks and helps them. So I would highly recommend you give him a call.
Yep, sure would. I want to touch on something real quick because this has always been a pet peeve of mine, and I know everybody out there listening knows what I'm going to say, but wind turbines on roofs. This time of
Those
year,
really bother you,
they
don't
bother
they?
me. I'm telling you, they do. This is an issue with me. I drive down the street and I see people this time of year putting trash bags over their wind turbines. Don't do that.
No.
And so I'm glad we have an expert in here that can back me up on
That's
this.
right.
Unless your house was designed to not need ventilation in the attic, they're there for a reason. Leave them alone.
That's right.
They weren't put there for decoration, that's for sure, because they're not necessarily the prettiest things to look at, but
They're
they
not.
do have a purpose.
Yes, and I've always been told that they provide probably one of the better sources of attic ventilation because they will pull a lot of air.
Sure.
If you get the good ones. Now, there's some cheap ones out there that after a few years the bearings go bad or whatever and they'll kind of lock up and not do anything. maintain those, buy good ones and put on there because they will provide good ventilation.
And most of the time when they put those on, the people didn't want to put 15 or 20 regular vents on there, so they supplemented that with the turbines, and that's what they're for.
Yeah.
If you want to cover something up, cover up your attic fan.
There you go.
There's my pet peeve, attic
Yeah.
fans.
And
There you go.
you know, back when I was doing this show previously with Herman Lumber, a good friend of mine that I grew up with, I hadn't seen him for about 20 years. He used to listen to the program. That was always one of my pet peeves is attic fans. It's amazing the amount of energy that's lost right through the shutters. And people don't realize it.
Even if they're closed?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because you got something about like this piece of paper protecting you from the heat and the cold in the attic. And Rick, my friend, he called and said, hey, I got an idea for one. And he produced an attic shutter cover. And, gosh, I mean, Lowe's and all these places are carrying his cover now.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a great success, and they're fantastic. They work, but people don't realize how much energy loss there is right there. And 9 times out of 10, the attic fan's right there in the hall, and your thermostat's right there below it. And so it just, will cause you all kinds of problems.
It's basically a 4-foot by 4-foot hole going straight
Exactly,
to your attic.
right.
You're fighting all the time.
Uh-huh.
There's just a small window of time where it's actually efficient to use your attic fan in the year. So we put the covers on every day, and they're fantastic, and they take care of a lot of that air leakage. And you figure you've got an R38 usually in your attic, except where your attic fan is, and there's a 0. So
yeah.
Wow. Well, Dan just signaled we need to go to a break, but I have a quick question before we go, if I can. Where do you cover that from the attic side? Is that where you put the
from
cover?
From the house side. That way, if the homeowner still wants to use the attic fan,
so from the inside of the house is where you put the cover.
Reach
okay.
up there, peel that cover off, and use the attic fan.
Yep.
There we go. We'll be right back.
This is the Wall Street Journal Report. I'm Jennifer Kashinka. Stocks are mixed following a better than expected employment report for September. The Dow Industrials up 58 at 11,181. The S&P 500 is up a fraction. The Nasdaq is down 6. Social media in the workplace represents a serious security risk. A new report finds that while 69% of companies polled are concerned about these risks, only 29% have controls in place. WebSense's Hallie Wax says employers need to know what their employers are doing.
You want to do a risk assessment and see who has access, when are they using it, and how much. And if you understand these key things, you can put practice in place to really understand what could potentially cause incoming malware or outbound data theft.
No surprise here, financial stress is on the rise. A stress index based on interest rates, stocks, and bond option prices is at its highest point since September 2009. This is the Wall Street Journal Report.
Welcome to Wilkins Bank. For checking, press 1. Savings, press 2. For other options, press other options. Is that correct? Press 3. To go back. For checking, press 1. Checking, is that correct? Mortgages. Lost or stolen ATM. For fraud.
If your bank won't let you talk to a real person 24/7 by pressing 0, you need an Ally. Ally Bank. No nonsense. Just people sense. Member FDIC.
This is Old Man Winter. Did you know about 65% of U.S. homes are under-insulated? It's time to better insulate with Johns Manville formaldehyde-free fiberglass insulation before it's too late. What? Did you expect some big, booming, magical voice?
Is this good enough for you?
Good. Listen up. Seal and then insulate now with Johns Manville insulation to save up to 20% off the heating portion of your energy bill.
Don't say I didn't warn you, okay?
Johns Manville. For a limited time, save on R30 roll insulation, only $9.97. Available.
From the Ozarks News Network, here's your 10:30 report. Police in Ozark now say a man found shot to death in a parking lot apparently took his own life. The body of 50-year-old Michael Tendall was found in the 1400 block of West Hall Street. But officers say evidence found on a security video taken in the area has resulted in an additional investigation. A field designed for players with special needs has opened in Southeast Springfield. The first baseball game has been played at the so-called Field of Dreams at Dan Kenny Park off Blackman Road. The field has a special surface allowing easy access to people in wheelchairs and using walkers. A group of parents in Fordland are suing the school district, its former superintendent, and a former teacher accused of sexual abuse of students. Darren Rose has been charged with statutory sodomy after he allegedly touched several male students during a sleepover at his house. The plaintiffs claim they warned Superintendent Brian Wilson about Rose's behavior, but he didn't act quickly enough. Wilson is now superintendent in Ava. Rose is awaiting trial next year. Jamie Turner, Ozarks News Network.
Welcome to the Regulation Rodeo, where Missourians try and hang on to their jobs.
The last thing we need is EPA regulation that would slam Missouri families and businesses with higher energy costs, bucking even more of us from good-paying jobs. The U.S. House of Representatives has done its part. Now it's time for President Obama to tell his EPA to hold their horses. Visit EnergyForMissouriJobs.org to learn what you can do to protect your job. Paid for by Energy for Missouri Jobs.
Find your magic at Macy's Columbus Day sale. Take an extra 15 or 10% off with your WOW Savings Pass or Macy's Star Rewards card. Work your look with dresses and suits for her under $100. Take an extra 30% off fashion and home clearance. Buy more, save more during our great shoe sale. Plus designer luggage closeouts now 65% off. Macy's Columbus Day sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
We use 50 kinds of fasteners, and if we run low, we need more of them. Fast business.
At Grainger, we know what business you're in.
The more our customers grow, the more we grow business.
The business of getting things done. That's why we offer over 900,000 products and the support you need to get your job done right and on time. Call, clickgrainger.com, or stop by one of our branches. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, gingerbread man, you seem pretty burned. Acapulco?
I wish. I got burned in the old oven again.
Ooh.
Faulty thermostat, uneven heat. Hand me the lotion.
Okay, except you know that's frosting.
I thought it tasted pretty good.
Time for a new stove? Come to the Sears Holiday Preheat event now and save up to 20% on all Kenmore, up to 10% off Whirlpool and KitchenAid, plus an extra 10% off all appliances with your Sears card. Sears. Exclusions apply. See store for details. Kenmore savings range from 5 to 20%. Whirlpool and KitchenAid from 5 to 10%. Offer valid 10/7/2011 to 10/11/2011.
Hurry into the PetSmart Treat Your Pet sale. You'll save up to 50% on hundreds of toys, treats, apparel, and more. Save 50% on select Beggin' Strips, Nature's Recipe, Pure Love, and Blue Buffalo dog treats. And save 50% on our entire stock of Martha Stewart, Top Paw, and Great Choice Fall dog apparel. Don't miss these great deals and more. Friday through Monday only at PetSmart. Happiness in store. While supplies last, offer valid October 7th through the 10th with your Pet Perks card.
Today will turn out partly sunny and breezy, high of 84, winds from the south to southeast 12 to 25 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for this evening, low of 55. Tomorrow, partly sunny, windy, and warm to start the weekend. High tomorrow 80, low tomorrow night 60. Winds will gust to 35 miles per hour at times. Partly cloudy and warm for your Sunday, high of 80. Partly sunny as you head back to work on Monday, high of 78. I'm AccuWeather's Jason Lord.
71 degrees in Springfield.
Well, I went down to the hardware store to see my old friend Bob. I said my roof it leaks, my rug's a mess, and my front door needs a new knob. I got squirrels in my attic, I got bats in my head. Well, Bob just leaned over the counter and he shook his head and said, "You need home repairs and solutions. Home repairs and solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house, they'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home repairs and solutions."
And you're listening to Home Repairs and Solutions with Mark and Mary, brought to you by Spring Mountain Air Heating and Air Conditioning, your local Amana dealer. And now here they are with the second half of the show, Mary Pearson and Mark Withers and their guests for today.
Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you back.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad you're still here, Mark.
I'm still here.
You look a little tired today, but you're hanging in there, buddy.
I'm a little ragged, but I'm here.
So what do you got going on this weekend after all of your eventful week?
Probably this weekend, finish moving and ride the motorcycle. Next weekend, we have our big concert on Friday the 14th. The Lonesome River Band, a professional touring bluegrass band, is going to be in town. And that will be over at South Haven Baptist Church. It's not a gospel concert, but the folks over at South Haven are letting us use their facilities. We appreciate them very much. Start at 7 o'clock next Friday night, and so we are looking forward to that. That's going to be a big time, and Then Saturday the 15th, of course, the Cruising for Cleavage, and so got all that going on, and just.
Did you get a lot of your buddies to sign up for that cruise?
Yes, I have.
I'll bet you did.
Bet, you bet. I've had a few that's going to ride in it with us, and so we're going to have a really good time there. But yeah, the biggest thing right now is the Lonesome River Band concert, and so we're really excited about that. And I have a friend I want to say hello to.
Absolutely.
A gentleman named Homer Boyd. Homer listens to the program, and he works over at St. John's and drives a shuttle bus over there. And Homer is a wonderful man. He has quite a history in music. He goes back to the days of the Ozarks Jubilee. He was on there.
Right?
They had the Philharmonics. Homer was a part of that group, and that was like one of the first all-black groups. That was on the Jubilee that I know of. But Homer's a wonderful man. I want to say hi to him. I just found out he listens to the program, and so.
Well, hi, Homer.
Say, hello to Homer, because Homer's a friend of mine too. I've had him several times to interview. Yeah.
Well, he's a wonderful guy, and appreciate him so much, and a great singer. Oh man, he can sing now.
Well, maybe we should have him on the show and he can sing
we
for
ought
us.
To. He could tell us some history of the music too.
I'll bet he could. Well,
Yes.
Homer, we're glad to have you as one of our listeners. So thanks for listening. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I got going. So.
Well, I have a couple things going on. First of all, I am so excited to go into Hooked on Dance tonight. I cannot wait.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It starts at 6 tonight. I can't wait to get my husband in a suit. I think he wears one about once every 10 years or so. And he looks really good in it, too. So that'll be fun. We're going to go have another couple that's going with us, and we're just going to have a good time.
That'd be fun.
Laugh and dance and help support the Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks. And a couple other things. One other thing is we're looking, we need to add another service technician.
Really?
We
wow,
do.
Fantastic.
So if there's anyone out there, if you're a service technician in the HVAC industry and you're looking for work, give us a call. We'd be glad to talk to you and about maybe coming on and being part of our team. So
I wished I knew how to do it. I'd come over and
be a part of your team. I would love for you to do that, Mark. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think you're like Paul. I'm not sure you'd fit under a crawl space very well.
I don't do crawl spaces very much anymore. No,
he doesn't either, by design. But that's okay. But yeah, if you know a service technician that's looking for work, give us a call at 831-4036. Maybe we can put them to work.
You know, it seems to be a lot going on out there today. You know, we have with the construction company that I'm with. You know, we have 10 or 12 new houses going. In the real estate end of stuff, my phone has been ringing quite a bit, and so it's positive, especially for this time of year. You know,
absolutely,
we're getting into the time of year where things traditionally slow down, but it is encouraging because things are starting to pick up. And just like you guys need another tech, man, that's fantastic. So that's a good sign.
I think so too, and I'm just excited about things in the future picking up for everybody.
For
everybody.
Yeah.
And so anytime that we can employ someone is always positive for our community as well. So it all trickles down.
Yep, it does.
So we're excited to be able to do that as well.
Yeah.
So
good.
Here we are back with Jeremy. Jeremy, do you want to be a service tech on the side?
Oh, I don't think I could squeeze it in.
Okay, well, I know Jeremy's pretty busy too.
He's a busy man.
So.
Well, to touch on the new homes, that's something else we do offer is a home energy rating on new homes, and we do Energy Star. So we're an Energy Star partner. We can set up, meet with the builder in the planning phases, kind of guide them along the route of what they need to do to build an Energy Star certified home. And we can actually get them that nice blue sticker to stick on the house and get them a HERS rating and all that important stuff that seems to be kind of trending this way. We're actually doing a lot of that right now in this area. So that's just another way you can have an energy efficient home before you get it built. So.
Well, it seems to me like one of the easiest ways to do that would be during the building process.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, you have it all installed from the get-go instead of trying to redo it later. I'm always a firm believer it's better to do it right the first time than try and fix it later.
Well, Energy Star's got a specific set of guidelines that they want us to build by to do an Energy Star rated home. So, if we stick with those guidelines and you can get that Energy Star rating, you've pretty well built the best house that you can for your money.
All right.
Wow. That's great. I didn't know you did that.
Sure.
Well, cool. Well, if I was building a house, I would do that, but I'm not.
next time.
I'm sure. Yeah, you never know. I might someday. Yeah. So that's great to know if someone. And we've had a few things come in. We've had some more plans come in our office and some more buildings. So that all looks positive too.
Well, that's great. Jeremy, what about for the folks out there that may not have the finances to go through and be able to winterize their house like they need to? Times are kind of tough, and but they want to save money on their house. Is there a program out there available for the lower income folks?
Sure. In this area, I have you call OCAC. Call down there. They'll get you an application, get you fixed up. People down there are really easy to work with. A lot of friendly people. And they do a lot of great work in that area.
And I heard that the income requirements is, really lenient. If and I forget what they are. You probably know, but
I'd hate to quote it off the top of my head, but they're actually really
pretty
lenient.
easy to qualify.
Yep, depending on the size of your family, it gets easier the bigger the family is, and it's a great program. And get in there while it lasts, because like anything else, it won't last forever.
Right. And, it's so important because it all trickles down. I mean, if everybody's saving energy, it just cuts our utility costs for everybody.
Absolutely.
And, that's the bottom line. We all want to save money. And so the more energy usage we can cut, the better off we all are.
You betcha. You betcha. And like we said before, CU is also a good partner in that as well, because they offer rebates for a lot of that stuff also. So I'm just sitting here thinking what all I need to do to my house. You got me thinking now. I'm pretty sure we need some more insulation.
I know a guy that can come out and tell you.
I know. Well, you know what? I thought about that, and I was told that you were too busy.
I was told I need to go to your lake house the next
there
couple weeks.
You go. So you need to get that in your schedule, buddy.
I think I need to wait till the spring so I can just hang out down there a little while.
Well, you know what? It's pretty nice down there this time of year. It's pretty gorgeous down there, so you just come on down, buddy.
I was all excited. I was going to go down. My dad bought a pontoon boat, and he said, yeah, you kids can use it and everything. And I was all excited, going to go down, and Paul was going to help me launch it and everything. Dad sold it. So so now I don't have a pontoon boat, but I'll come down sometime anyhow.
You know what we do? You could ride on ours.
Okay.
For free.
That's a
How's
deal.
that?
All right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, sold it yesterday, matter of fact. I only seen it once.
That was maybe he changed his mind, didn't want you driving his boat.
That's probably true. He sees me drive everything else and knows how I drive. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll just come on down anyway, Mark. We'd love to have you.
Well, that'd be great. We'll do that.
And we do want you to come down whenever you can fit us into your schedule, Jeremy, because that is something that we're looking to do at our lake house. And I don't know, we might let you cover up our attic fan while you're there too.
Hey, yeah.
So we have a few issues in our house that need to be addressed as well. Why don't you give out your information one more time if people weren't ready? Get your paper and pencil ready, and you can get a hold of Jeremy, and he'll give you the information.
Sure. Phone number is 893-8941, or you can go to our website, EnergyWiseMissouri.com, and there's a nice little link on there that you can click on if you have any questions or anything, and you can fill it out right there, and it'll come straight to my phone, and I can answer the questions for you right there, too.
Isn't technology wonderful?
It is.
Wow. if you don't want to call, if you just want to send him a message by email, and it's just wonderful. It makes communication so much easier.
But what I can't understand, I'm not going to mention any names here, but I'm sure folks will figure this out. I have tried for a week and a half to get phone and internet at my house where we moved, and I've still yet to do that. Because there is a technical glitch. Are you calling
the right person?
There is a glitch in the computer system with this large corporation. And, it just amazes me, the technology we got, but somebody can't fix this. And
I understand.
Yeah. I'm getting a little frustrated.
You have to take the bad with the good, Mark. It's not a perfect society, and it's not a perfect system. I guess you could always drive down to the local office.
Well, I don't know where the local office even is. That's the thing.
And you can't Google it, right? Because it's not working.
I can't Google it because I don't have internet. That's right. I have been on the phone with tier 2 techs. I mean, this has gone on for a week, so I'm still waiting to get that. But when I get my internet service, I will.
There you go.
I will have to look Jeremy's website. I'm sure you do have a website on there.
Yes, he does.
I'll have to look that up.
And actually, it's a really nice website. I've been on it, and it's real easy to navigate. It's got some great information on it. Some websites I've been on seem to be a little bit overwhelming, and there's a lot going on, and just they're kind of hard to navigate. I'll get it out here in a minute. But his is real easy to do that with. So the easier the website, the more user-friendly, the more I think people are going to use it. You don't want to make it complicated and difficult. And his is really nice. So.
Well, I found out over the years that people like basic information that they can use. You know, all this extra foo-foo stuff that you go on and there is, that really don't mean a thing. It's the basic information. You know, people are eager to learn, but if there's too much stuff on there, it's just, you know, it's over their head. And it's amazing the amount of stuff that me and all you guys, we take for granted that we do every day, but it's amazing the people out there that don't know how to use a caulk gun in a tube of caulk, or don't have a clue on weather stripping or anything like that. And so we just try to educate, you know, people with just the basic knowledge.
I had a guy the other day ask me, were you just born and knew how to do all this, or how'd that work? And I sit back and thought for a minute, like, oh my goodness, I've been in the building industry for 16 years. I guess it kind of works its way into your head, and you just know.
Well, after you do something, it's just like anything else that's repetitious, you know, that you do over and over, then you can just do it automatically. And if it's not something you're used to doing, you know, when I'm trying to learn something new, I'm a little slower at learning if it's something that I haven't done before. So it takes me a little more time and effort to try and develop a new habit or a new skill that I haven't done in the past. And so sometimes I think we have to remember that as business owners and as professionals in our field, that when you're talking to someone who doesn't do this every day and it's not a natural thing for them to do, just to be you know, basic and give them basic information that they can understand. Don't try and be real techie and talk over their head, because you're just going to turn that person off, and they're not going to, you know, understand or realize what you're trying to tell them if you try to talk in our lingo that our industry uses.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 862-9977, 1-800-375-0056. We have about 7 or 8 minutes left in the show, and we'd love to hear from you. If you got a question for Jeremy or Mary or myself, we'd love to talk to you.
That's true. Or if if you want to bring us cookies some Friday,
there you go.
You can give us a call and we'll tell you where to bring the cookies.
That's right.
I feel like a cookie right now. I don't know why. It sounds good to me.
Boy, it does. That
Someone's
sounds
making
really good.
cookies. Bring them by.
Yeah, that's for sure. We do have a caller on the line. We got Dave holding on. Go ahead, Dave.
Hello. I don't have any cookies though.
Well,
we'll talk to you anyway, Dave.
What was your website again?
It's EnergyWiseMissouri.com. It's the longest website name ever, and Missouri is spelled out.
Okay. MissouriEnergyWise.com?
EnergyWiseMissouri.com.
Oh, EnergyWise Missouri. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. He's going to get on that website and check
there you
out.
Go.
Right.
Make sure you're who you say you are.
Hey, we're there.
And, you know, that brings up another point that I'll make real quick that I don't think we've touched on for a while. You know, we like to use professional people just like Spring Mountain Air. You know, we try to have people on the program that are reputable people and that they can check out, and that's a good way to do it. Go to your website. Ask for references. If they don't, know you, don't believe who you are, and, they can ask for references. I'm sure you'll be more than happy to give it. And that's whether you're having Jeremy come out and do an energy assessment, or if somebody needs HVAC and they call Spring Mountain Air and they want to know, don't hesitate. I mean, if you're a good reputable company, you will give out your references.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll send you to anybody you want, and then that's the good thing about our field is to stay accredited with all the certificates we have to have. We're constantly going to more classes. I've got 2 certifications through BPI, which require 38 hours of continuing education a year. Another certification through ResNet, it's another 38 hours a year. So it eats up a good 2 or 3 weeks a year just going to classes and conferences and keeping you up on everything, keeping you honest. So.
And you have to keep up to date with all the current products too, because they're changing all the time. So when you're out there talking to your client, you want to give them the best that's available for their situation as well. So you don't want to give them some information on something that maybe there's a better product out there and you didn't educate yourself on it, and then they find out after the fact. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I used to love about when I was several years ago when I was with Herman's. Twice a year they'd send me to Indianapolis to the big hardware show, and I'd buy for like 10 stores. But the neat thing about it was going and looking at all the new technology, because it changes from almost month to month, and there's always something new out there, something that'll make your home more energy efficient, or these new products. It's just amazing, and I do miss that. I miss being in the business just for the knowledge part, because there is so many things out there.
Yeah, there are, and it seems like they change rapidly anymore.
Well, like we was talking about, with our technology nowadays, and another, good source to find out about products is go to the internet. And nowadays, I mean, most of us have internet right on our cell phone, and so if you ever want to research a product, why, do it, and then call Jeremy and ask him about it. Say, hey, have you used this? Do you know about this product? And more than likely, you're going to know about it, and tell them how it works.
If not, we'll have to learn about it real quick. But
there you go.
We try to stay up on it. We get emails from lots of manufacturers on a daily basis, and different companies kind of keep us in the loop of what's new and what's happening, and it changes constantly.
But that's a good idea. If someone out there has learned about a product or something they're not sure, I think that's a great idea. Especially if it has to do with what you do, Jeremy, call Jeremy.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't know, then, like you said, he will find out and help you get the right information on that stuff.
I've always loved that when folks would call me and say, hey, we ran across this product. Do you know anything about it? Or can you find out about it? And I always loved that, because I research it, and a lot of times I found stuff. One of the things that I happened to just by accident run across years ago was the Hardy cement board siding, and there was nobody in Springfield using it. I think I saw one of the very first jobs here in Springfield. It's a big old house over by the university, and I drove by it the other day, and the house still looks fantastic after 10, 15 years ago. So you run across a lot of new products just by accident, and some that really make a difference.
Well, yeah, any product that has staying power is that's what I like. I like to have things as easy and maintenance free as possible. Now, there's nothing that's totally maintenance free.
No,
but there are products out there that makes the maintenance on your house and the upkeep and the way it looks easier.
Sure.
So, when we were looking at refurbishing our little lake house and doing some things, that's one of the things that we looked into was, okay, what's the maintenance on this product? Because our goal is to not have to do tons of maintenance.
Right.
It's to ride the boat.
There you go. Ride the Harley for me.
Ride the Harley for you.
Ride the boat for you.
Ride the boat for us, or it's oftentimes very well worth whatever the extra is.
Right, it sure is. And like you say, there is no product out there that's totally maintenance free.
No.
Everybody seems to think, well, I build an all brick home. It's maintenance free. No, it's not.
No, it's
still
not.
Got to maintain it. Vinyl siding, still got to maintain it.
Sure.
Or whatever.
But that's easier to maintain than something you have to paint every 3 years.
That is
5
true,
years.
because I hate painting.
I do too, and we've painted houses before, and the last one we decided we were never painting another house. Never say never, but so far we haven't had to.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
and my wife loves painting, not her doing it, but watching me do it.
There you go. She's got it figured out.
She's got it figured out. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Oh boy, I don't know. Now don't you go agreeing with her now, Mary. So.
Well, it looks like we got a couple of minutes left in the show, so you have time if you want to place a call to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I don't know. You got any comments you want to end with that might give people any ideas or things they should do first? Or
we're going into the season where we're going to start using our furnaces. So number one, have your system clean and tuned. Get that done. People tend to neglect that a lot. They let it go for 2, 3, 5 years. That's something we need to look at every year before you fire that thing back up.
And CU has a rebate for that.
Sure. Make sure smoke alarms are working, and if you've got a gas stove or something like that, you make sure you got a CO detector installed in the house.
Great advice.
Smoke alarms, I highly recommend them. They saved my kid's life. Yep. And we're going to have somebody on in a couple of weeks that's going to talk more about that.
I'm so excited. One of our friends, Jerry Kahneman, who's a Springfield fireman, has agreed to come on the show in a couple of weeks and give us pointers on fire prevention.
Oh, that'd be great.
It'll be a great show.
Yep. Next week, we're going to talk about home loans. We've got Dana Elwell from Guarantee Bank is going to be with us, so that's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm just planning on having a wonderful weekend.
You do that, Mary. You deserve it.
I hope you do too, and have fun on your Harley, buddy.
I will. All righty.
Thanks again, Jeremy, for coming to the show today.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.